fired Chad, and again, you can thank me later, is because Brooks Bivins is in here, and he is running to be your next mayor of the city of Valdosta. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine. What about yourself?
Oh, I feel great. It is Bivins. Am I saying that correctly?
That is correct.
Perfect. And now you are running for mayor of Valdosta.
Yes, sir, I am.
Why?
I want to give the people another choice, trying to give the government back to the people. I want to have a transparent government for all and open door policy that really, I'm just a working man like the average person, and I feel like I have something new to offer the working people.
Sounds great. Now let's talk about first, before we get into what your policies and platforms, what you want to do and why you want to be mayor and some of the areas you want to concentrate in. Let's talk about your background. Who are you? How long have you been here? Tell people about Brooks Bivins.
I'm Brooks Bivins. I was born and raised here in Valdosta, except for a few years I went to Miami to live and graduated from Barry University down there, and I taught school for a few years down there and came back to Valdosta, where I subbed for a couple of years at Valdosta High, and I gave up that because of my beliefs. I think that the Lord's Prayer and corporal punishment should be back in the system, so I moved out into the working world again, where now I'm presently employed at PCA, which is Packaging Corporation of America, in Clydeville, where I'm just a worker, mill worker, and...
You're not a career politician.
No, I consider myself a Christian, not a politician.
So why do you want to, what is the one thing about being mayor? I mean, there are certain policies you want to implement, or certain things looking at Valdosta saying, here's what I want to bring to the table, and here's what I think needs to be done.
Well, what I like to bring to the table is a working man point of view, just an everyday person. What I would like to do is, again, have a transparent government where really the people will have a voice, because I'm not a politician, and your concerns are my concerns, and you'll see that on some of my posters you see around town. And I want to get it right with the people. We can work together and get this right. It's not me, it's us, and your voice will be heard.
And now, as we're going through this, let's talk about some of the various, the big things that are going out there. First thing, city and county. And I know this every time I have anyone in here running for anything on the city side or the county side, I always ask them the standard question, can the city and county get along a little bit better, work a little bit better? And everybody says, yeah, I can help bridge that gap. And then we still have the same relationship with the city and the county. Sometimes they go good, sometimes not so much. What can you do to help bridge the gap between the city and the county? Or is there that much of a gap that needs to be bridged in the first place?
Well, it depends on what point of view you're looking at and what issues you're talking about. I think that we can work together because we all are humans. We should have the same common goals. But again, that depends on the people, and I want to give the government back to the people and let them have more say-so in the issues that we're confronting. I think if you don't have anything to hide, why act like you got something to hide? I think as mayor, I would like to be able to give the people their voice back.
Now, as we're looking at this, what are some of the, in addition to just doing that, are there certain issues like transportation, getting around town? Are there areas of town that need to be developed? What are some of the things you're looking at saying, from a financial viewpoint, here's where we should concentrate our efforts?
Well, right now, yes, I think we do need to concentrate our efforts on having some good, solid government-ran transportation. We're growing, and I like to see Valdosta continue to grow, but not at a pace that we lose control of other issues such as that small town atmosphere. I don't want to grow so fast that we lose that, but at the same time, I want us to grow where we can provide jobs for the ones here and who want to stay here and not lose some of the good students coming out of school. They have to move away immediately to get a job and stuff like that. And I like to work on that. I can't make promises because, there are things about making promises that you can't keep, and people look at you twice and say, oh man, he lied to me, and that's the one title I don't want to have is I lied. So I'd rather not make any promises, but I would like to have the people help decide where they want to go and how we want to get there.
When you're looking at bringing in jobs, and is this construction or business? I mean, because it's always a fine line you walk where you say, we want to bring in jobs, we want to have people employed here, but then again, it's hard to lose the small town character that made Valdosta what it is today. Well,
I think Valdosta is the right size that we can bring in maybe some green industry and, we got Wild Adventures here and a few other places that we could be good for tourism as well. People can come here, and if it don't get too big to lose that hometown atmosphere, at the same time keeping everything kind of green, I think we'll be okay. And I believe we can do that. I believe that everybody has a thought that should be heard, and it's very important to me that we just work together. I mean, we can work together as one unit if we know where we're going and where we want to go and how to get there.
Let's talk about the 5 Points development up there, because 5 Points, the plan is we're going to move everything up there. It's going to be big, beautiful, massive. Concerts can come here, events can come here, and then SGMC would be able to expand, because Mathis Auditorium right now, it's not quite up to snuff for what we want to see. What are your thoughts on the 5 Points development and the potential up in that part of town?
Well, Moody's out in that direction. And Moody and Valdosta State are very important to the economy as well as PCA, where I work at. So Valdosta to grow, I like to see it kind of like be balanced. I don't want all to get on one side of town and leave the other side dead. So I would like to see us work together throughout the county, but as a city, to see that it stay kind of even keeled a little bit. And I think we can do that. I think there's a lot of companies out there that would love to come to a place like Valdosta. I think Valdosta is home, and I don't think there's no place on earth more beautiful than Valdosta. That's why I'm here.
Now, right now, the race for mayor, it's 3 people. There's 3 of you. Tell me about your campaign. What's been the feedback from the community so far, and what are you doing to get the word out about your candidacy from now until early November?
Well, number one, I'm on your radio show right now.
There you go. That's all you got to do. No. Fair enough. But are you doing the door-to-door thing? Because I'm seeing your not posters, little yard signs. I'm seeing them pop up all over the place.
Yeah, I'm trying to put out yard signs like that. And one like for me, wouldn't mind me having a sign in their yard, please give me a call at my phone number, 229-244-1734. And I am knocking on doors and stuff. I'm just trying to nickel and dime this thing together, because I'm not a politician. I never even thought I want to be a politician, so I'm not a politician. Again, I say that, yet I'm polling, but I'm a Christian, and I just want to reach the grassroots people who want to work for a living, who understand what it feels like to try and get things done, and want it done the right way. So that's why I keep saying I'm a Christian, and God will be first in everything that I do. I'm not perfect, and I don't look for perfection in others, but if we can agree to disagree and work hard to get some things done, like a good plan come together, what we would like to see become of Valdosta.
As we're looking at the race coming up with the 3 of you, because there's going to be debates, there's going to be all sorts of people saying, hey, what about this, what about this? If there's one overriding message that you want to get to everybody out there, because Valdosta, as we all know, you're going neighborhood to neighborhood, door to door. It's not like you're just taking on one district. This is a big city if you try doing the whole thing on foot. You're finding this out, right? What's the overreaching message you want to get to all the voters out there?
I want everybody to get out and vote no matter what, and get involved. Just get involved, because you live here and you should have some say-so. You do have say-so, but if you don't vote, well, you're giving up your right to complain about everything.
As this draws nearer and nearer, there is the possibility with 3 of you now, this could be a runoff. Are you prepared to say, okay, let's say you're one of the top 2 in November, you've got to do this all over again 4 or 5 weeks later?
I'm in it for the long haul. I believe in what I'm doing. I believe in the citizens of Valdosta, and I think that together we can make it happen, and we can make Valdosta a better Valdosta.
As we're looking at this, I know you're doing the standard thing, get the name out, the name recognition. What is the best way for people who want to find out more about your candidacy? If they want to, give you money, put up a yard sign, what's the best way to track down Brooks Bivins and say, here is how you can reach me? And, because I'm sure you'll talk to, let's say there's a community function or there's an event or something like that, and they say, hey, can you come out and talk? They want to get in touch with you. How do they do that?
They can write me at P.O. Box 577, Valdosta, Georgia, 31603, or they can call me, 229-244-1734. Or even stop by the house. 621 River Street, Valdosta, Georgia.
I don't think I've ever had anyone give out their home address before. Very quickly before I let you go, let's talk about River Street, that area, very quickly, because I want to get this out of the way, because if that's your neighborhood, and where people are when you say, okay, this neighborhood, but that really exemplifies part of Valdosta where you want to keep that that nostalgic feel, and you want to have some sort of economic stability, but you don't want to be overrun with a McDonald's on every street corner.
Right. That is the historic district I live in. It represents everything I believe in, really, just down-home, country-style living, man. And you're right. I don't want to see Valdosta lose that appeal downtown. I think that we need to work a little bit more to keep downtown Valdosta alive. But everybody should have some thoughts on what they would like to see done. And I would like to have that open-door policy as mayor, that you can come in and talk to me at any time.
All right, Brooks Bivins, we appreciate you taking the time. And again, if people want to track you down, you don't have to do the address again.
Okay.
if there's a phone number, people want to talk to you about your stand on the issues, about your candidacy, what's the best way to track you down?
The best way would be 229-244-1734. And if I'm not there, just leave a message and I get back with you as soon as possible.